this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, today's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Sunday the 23rd of May. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Gonna need to see Bitcoin move. Straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 37,295 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 39,218. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high, however, at 38,956. So barring an extended rally, I'd expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 40,000 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Bitcoin target the 38.2% fib at 41,592. Second major resistance level sits at 48,79. A fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 35,634 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of the second major support level at 33,711. Looking at the MACDs, we've got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms, and we could see a possible bearish cross supporting this early pullback. On the EMAs, the 50 has flattened on the 100 and the 200, however, so I need to keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. So key would be to avoid fallback through the pivot at 37,295 and break out from yesterday's high 38,956 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, relatively positive start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum move back through the pivot at 2313 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 2470. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break that back through to 2400 levels, however. So barring an extended rally, I would expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 2486.29 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target the 38.2% fib at 2740 before any pullback. Second major resistance level is at 2644. Failure to move back through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 2140 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 2000. Second major support level sits at 1983. Looking at the MACDs, we have a narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, also bearish indicated with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200, signaling further downside ahead. So key would be to move back through the pivot at 2313 and break back through to 2400 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, relatively positive start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 172 and through the 62% fib at 174 to bring the first major resistance level at 182 into play. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through to 180s. So barring an extended rally, I would expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 184.82 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin target 200 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 195. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 159 into play. Barring another extended sell-off, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 150s. Second major support level sits at 149. Looking at the MACDs, we got a narrowing of the bullish histograms through yesterday and the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, also bearish indicated with the 50 continuing to pull back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside. So key would be to move through the pivot at 172 and through the 62% fib at 174 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, slightly bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 0.9153 to take a run at the first major resistance level of 1.0075. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.0 levels. So barring an extended rally on day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.01733 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target the second major resistance level at 1.1096 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the 62% fib of 0.8573 and the first major support level of 0.8132 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.80 levels. Second major support level sits at 0.7209. Looking at the MACDs, we have a slight widening of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, supporting this early move northwards, recovering for that early pullback. On the EMAs, however, still a bearish indicator with the 50 pulling further back from the 100 and the 200. So key would be to move through the pivot at 0.9153 and break back through to 1.0 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, support levels will be in play.